I've been waiting an age for my best ewe Lucy to give birth. Pregnant sheep are no respecters of a man's nerves. There have been numerous false alarms, and every day I'm getting more obsessed with the imminent arrival. Of course, these days, having a video record of the birth is all the rage. And since this is going to be the first new arrivals since I've been in River Cottage, I thought it'd be nice to have a little memento of the occasion. So I've hired this little bit of technical kit, and I'm thinking, how hard can this filmmaking lark be? Okay, girls, ready? Smile for the camera. I'd barely set up my camera when Lucy decided to perform.
Oh my goodness. All that waiting and suddenly it's happening. Oh dear. I'm just going to pop this on the tripod and then I'm going to go and call Joe. My goodness. Good girl.
Luckily, Joe was only 5 minutes away.
It might be back legs.
Oh, hello, my darling.
She looks quite well, but I think...
Okay, grab the front end then. Here.
Yeah. Come on then. Good girl.
But it turned out to be the worst possible scenario, a breech birth.
Well done. Back legs.
It is back legs, is it?
Good lad. All right. Got a big lamb.
She's been 5 minutes.
No problem. Let her go down if she
Good girl,
wants to
good
go
girl.
down.
Good girl.
Joe had to work fast to prevent the lamb drowning in its mother's womb.
Well done, well done.
Oh my goodness.
Big lamb.
Oh God.
It's all right.
Come
Well
on
done.
girl, have a push, have a push. Come on girl.
And like the typical new man, I put in a lot of good work,
girl.
albeit at the
Come on,
head
girl.
end.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Good girl. Good girl.
Come on, girl.
Good
All
girl.
right, he's still alive.
Really?
He's still alive. You may as well take.
Wow. How is it?
It's all right.
You breathing?
Joe's trick for kick-starting the lamb's breathing saved the day.
That's my little fighter. Come on. Come on.
Come on, come on. Oh my God, it's moving.
Come on, give her a kiss. Give him a
Good
kiss.
girl.
Come on.
God, it's a huge lamb, Joe.
How about that, Hugh? First one.
And just when I thought it was over, there's more.
Oh, yes, and we're still cooking.
And that was the first ever bleat from the first River Cottage lambs. This year's expansion of the River Cottage smallholding would not have been possible without the support of my landlord Anthony. But I'd like to think that the benefits are not all one way. He's had a pig off me for his medieval fare.
I'm just trying to suck up to my lord and liege with a bit of extra crackling, if that's all right.
And when we bagged some of his white pigeons for my larder, he got his share too. He's clearly a man who likes his food, and he likes to do a deal. This year I'm hoping to appeal to his sense of culinary adventure to gain access to another source of food, his ornamental lake. I can't help noticing that you've got some rather fine fish in here, and if I'm not mistaken, they're grass carp, aren't they?
They're very hard-working grass-eating carp. That place in the old days used to be able to walk across the weeds sometimes.
I was wondering if you were aware that in some parts of the world they're regarded as a rather fine eating fish.
I was completely unaware of that. I've always regarded them as totally inedible.
The Chinese rate them up there with salmon.
Yeah, but the Chinese eat puppy dogs as well. You really want to go down that route? I mean, I'm living. I don't mind you having a go at cooking them, but I'm just deeply sceptical as to whether you can get anything out of them no one will want to eat.
Anthony's taken the bait. The deal is that if I can convince an independent jury of his dinner guests that grass carp can be tasty, he'll let me take a regular cull for my kitchen.
But if you get it wrong, what do I get out of this?
You mean if the jury's
I've got to entertain 12 of my friends to dinner and give them wines out of my cellar and all of those things. I think there should be a penalty clause. I tell you what I have in mind, Hugh, if you have the physical stamina for it.
Your mind's working very fast.
Well, I have a pond up here, which is always on my mind, I can tell you, which fills with mud every winter.
To avoid Anthony's proposed forfeit of major mud shifting, I've got to do everything in my power to make his carp taste good. He's convinced it'll be all bones and mud. But unknown to him, I'm building a cunning contraption to sweeten the flesh of this lake-living herbivore. A piece of work that Heath Robinson himself would be proud of. But before I can test the technology, I have to pit my wits against these notoriously finicky fish. Now the big question is, what do I put on my hook to catch a grass carp? Well, I'm guessing they must be pretty bored of grass and weeds, and I've got a hunch that something not unrelated but much tastier could be just the thing. This is my secret weapon. I'm betting that the sugar on the puff is going to be the icing on the cake. Ooh, they are in amongst them. Just want to get them feeding. I'm going to pop my own little sugar puff in. Ooh, that could be the place to be. Left a bit. Oh yeah. Hungry now, hungry. Oh, he's turning for it. He's turning. He's seen it. He's seen it. He's definitely seen it. Whoa! Wow. Whoa! Oh, 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 oh. Oh, off he goes. He's herring off the other side of the lake. Oh. Come on, come on, come on. Over the net. Oh. And up he comes. Oh, he's a big fish. Whoa. Right. There's no time to lose. Wrap him in a wet cloth and take him straight to his new quarters. Come on then. One of the reasons that carp isn't much rated as an eating fish is that it tends to take on a very muddy taste from the still, silty-bottomed lakes that it lives in. Well, I'm putting this carp in for a demuddification program. A week or 10 days in the sweet waters of the River Brit should take away any hint of muddiness, and surely Anthony's jury of diners will have to be convinced. While the Brit works its magic, there's plenty to be getting on with on the domestic front. My little lambs are out in the sun and thriving on their mother's milk. And with my newfound midwife skills, it's time to turn my attention to Chickenopolis. I've got a few eggs to hatch. In pursuit of the ultimate roasting bird, I've put 3 different types of hen out to the attentions of my Indian game stud cockerel. After 3 weeks, I should now have enough fertile eggs to begin incubation. But my hens show no signs of wanting to sit on the eggs they've laid. The customary solution to this problem is to bring in surrogate mothers of proven ability. Meet Gloria. She's a broody bantam who's going to incubate all my Wyandotte eggs. Come on, Gloria. She doesn't want to get out, but she's going to have to. Shoo, 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 shoo. Ooh. Gloria has been sitting on china eggs to keep her in a broody mood. We take away these dummy eggs. I know you want to get back on them, darling, and that's fine by me. Ooh, little pecks. It's all a very good sign that I'm getting pecked, because it means she's dying to get back on those eggs and incubate them. All yours. She'll think they're hers, and in 3 weeks' time, just like a cuckoo, she'll hatch out somebody else's eggs, mine. I need 4 broody bantams in all, and the 4th and final bird is on loan from my neighbour Matt Browning. Now she's sitting nice and tight.
She's ever so tight in there, yeah.
Good, so rather than settle her on some china eggs for a day, do you think we could be a bit bold and go straight in with the real thing?
I think so.
Real bullets?
If she's tight enough, I think she will. Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
I think we'll give her the privilege of sitting on the Dorkings.
Right. Right on then. Here we are.
Something nice for you to sit on. So Matt, what's all this about the champion egg thing on Castle Hill?
If they got champion eggs, we'll find out next weekend.
I know my eggs are
Oh,
champion
you
eggs.
do? Well, we'll have to see.
Besides being a lender of broodies, Matt has a reputation as a party thrower. Every Easter he hosts a bizarre ritual on the hill above his small holding, and this year I've been invited. I feel I should take something along as a gesture of thanks for the bantam, so I'm baking a traditional Easter tea time treat called a simnel cake. It's made by creaming 250 grams of butter with the same amount of caster sugar. 4 eggs are beaten in, along with 250 grams of self-raising flour. Then comes the fruit, 200 grams of sultanas, the same of currants, 50 grams of glacé cherries, and 50 grams of candied peel. A teaspoon of mixed spice and the zest of a lemon and an orange give it its distinctive flavour. In the middle of the cake goes a layer of marzipan. Then it needs to bake for an hour and a half in a moderate oven, giving me plenty of time to design and decorate my entry for the 37th annual Castle Hill Champion Egg Contest, where eggs are judged by a rather unusual set of criteria. It's not about the shape of eggs, the colour of them, or even the taste. It's about their aerodynamic properties. The essential decoration for this cake is crystallised primroses, and there have to be exactly 11 of them, representing the 12 apostles, minus Judas, of course. Easter Day on the old Iron Age fort of Castle Mount. The competitors gather and the rules of the champion egg are finally revealed. Eggs are to be propelled by any non-mechanical means from the top of the hill. The egg that goes furthest and stays intact is the winner. Uncontroversial, you may think, but some have gone to extraordinary lengths to ensure victory. Why has it got a hole in it? Have you been filling it with concrete?
How heavy does it feel to you?
Like it's got something other than an egg in
I don't
it.
want it to crack.
It's been officially certified.
So how much are they paying you for that then?
I had to get that in New York.
Did you? Who are these guys?
The Blues Brothers.
Which has given you an excuse to put a lot of polystyrene padding on your egg. You're sailing quite close to the edge of the rules there, but I can see your plan. I can see your plan.
Right, can we have your attention then?
Oi.
The tension's building. You're getting your egg ready.
Oh, it's a lucky one.
Ready, steady.
Matt's decision is final, but there's some controversy over the definition of an intact egg.
He seems to have gone the furthest, but there's no yolk in it. But that doesn't count. You've got to have shell, white and yolk together.
Well, there I am.
Talking of which, does that qualify?
No.
Shell?
That
and
would have
yolk.
qualified if it had gone further. And in fact, we have got a egg that has gone almost as far as the other one, and it is totally whole. And that is definitely the winner. That is the champion egg. Let's-
Yeah, but hang on, what's it made of? That's what I want to know.
we need to find that out. Sure enough, there it is.
Can't argue with that.
Oh well. You go for it.
Debbie goes down a street.
My eggs may not be champion flyers, but they seem to have performed well enough in a more conventional role, inside my Easter cake. In a couple of weeks' time, I should have around 30 fluffy little chicks, but I'm not the only one rearing young around here. These fox cubs are frolicking not half a mile from River Cottage. I've no plans to open a chicken takeaway on their behalf, so Chickenopolis must be protected. There's only one thing for it. A trip to the barber's.
enough for you, sir?
That is perfect, Steve. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at the other side.
Not too short for you?
Nearly, but no. No, it's nicely manageable, under control. That's what I like.
The theory goes that foxes are deterred by human scent, but I can't be on hand 24 hours a day providing my personal odour, so the plan is to get the offcuts from the barber's shop floor to do the job for me.
This may seem like a bit of a waste of a good pair of fishnet stockings, but to be honest, they really don't fit me anymore.
A dozen hair-stuffed stockings should keep the foxes at bay. Hopefully they won't frighten the sheep too much. Right now, they're enjoying the lush spring pasture. But this is the third year my field's been supporting livestock, and it won't stay lush forever without a bit of help. I've turned to Mike Lemmy, an organic pasture consultant, for a bit of advice.
How does it look to you?
At the moment, it's looking very good.
It is?
Yeah, it's leafy and dense, but whether it'll persist at this stage, I don't think it will, because
I don't want to slosh a lot of nitrate on it. I am trying to be organic here.
Yeah.
What can I do to help the grass?
establish clover.
Clover?
Yeah, it's got root nodules on its roots which fix the nitrogen from the air, convert it to nitrates, which feeds the grass.
So I'm fertilising my grass by growing another plant in amongst it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
The magic of clover is that it's both a fertiliser for the soil and a feed for the animals, and it's organic. I better get some on my field right away.
It's amazing colour, isn't it?
It is, it's beautiful, and it runs. You see how it runs?
Yeah, I'm already getting a little free dose from you.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you have that.
Thanks for that, Mike. That's free of charge, is it? Oh, there goes another bit. I'm not just practising, Mike, I can tell you. I'm doing this for real.
Yeah, well, there's even better way
you've dropped a lovely pile there.
There's an even better way you can do this that I've discovered by accident. And that's feed it to the cow.
Ah, goes in one end, comes out the other.
Exactly.
Is that the theory?
That's the theory.
It could hardly be simpler. A handful of clover seeds goes into Marge's feed, and her 4 stomachs do the rest.
Come on, Marge. This is Mike. This is Marge.
Her cowpats will not only provide the seeds with instant fertiliser, they'll also mulch the surrounding grass to give the clover the best possible start in life. Marge will be delivering clover-loaded pats for weeks to come. But just to get ahead of the game, we dose all the pats we can find with a sprinkling of the magic seeds.
A little bit of clover seed in there. When that grows, it's got no competition. And then next year, you'll have a patch of clover this big.
My carp has had a week of sweet water, and what it's done for him is about to be revealed. Because tonight's the big night, when the fish will be presented to Anthony's jury of diners. I'm awash with nerves, not least because I'm cooking at the manor house in an unfamiliar kitchen.
I think visual impact is going to be hugely important. If they see something regal and magnificent arriving in the dining room, then half the battle's won.
I see my carp swimming on a bed of sautéed leeks. He'll be poached in an aromatic court bouillon flavoured with white wine, wine vinegar, fennel and stock vegetables.
This is my decoration investment. It's going to be my way of restoring the carp to its glory. Oh my God, it had a weird muscular spasm. Yeah, I think Oh! That is so spooky, I can't believe it. I can't cook that, it's a ghost fish.
My 10-pound fish may need up to an hour of gentle simmering, and Anthony's guests should benefit from a similar period of gentle pickling.
Well, you'll be able to judge this evening, won't you?
I look forward to having another go at it.
This is going to be the moment that tells me whether or not that fish is likely to be muddy. Because if this liquor is muddy, then we have a muddy fish. I taste no mud.
The sauce is made from a reduction of the poaching liquid, enriched with cream and spiked with paprika. A just poached fish never looks its best. My ambitious decorative plan is to give the carp his glorious golden scales back, in mushroom form.
Don't fall off, please don't fall off. Oh, please don't split! Let's put some of those scales back on. Please. Oh God, the heat of the fish is melting the butter and it's all sliding off. Whose stupid idea was this anyway? Of course, it's all in the taste. The presentation is actually irrelevant. Oh my God! I was going to cook some rice. Oh, Christ. Here, a lid. So we'll have fennel on one side, leeks on the other. Oh, get off. Thank God for the herbs. They just change everything. They make it look nice.
Well, I think you get full marks for presentation here. What it tastes like is another matter, but full marks for presentation.
Thanks to the herb and leek cover-up, I seem to have won the first round. But now it's all down to taste, and the carp must be allowed to speak for itself.
We have to tell Hugh whether he knows how to cook fish or not. Please feel free to say exactly what you think.
It tastes of grass.
Well, I want to know that the fish does lawns for £5.
Well, I couldn't say that I'd order it in a restaurant tomorrow. I think it was worth the effort, and I actually would order it again if I had a dish like this on my plate.
The jury's been out for almost an hour. I can hardly bear the tension. It's time to butt in and demand the verdict.
Hugh.
I've been trying to eavesdrop, but I haven't quite heard what's happening.
Hugh, let me give you a summary of where we got from.
As the foreman of the jury.
As the foreman of the jury. I think you're found not guilty. We felt that you started with some fairly unpromising material, of which you definitely made the most. First-class marks for presentation, wonderful sources, and overall, definitely a strong feeling. You've done a fantastic job. Well done. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
So I don't get my pond cleaned out, do I?
Possibly not.
The next morning, with permission of course, it's down to the lake to enjoy the privileges that come with victory. I could get used to this.